Hey guys, it's Shadow the Rat, and today unfortunately I have some more bad news because another of my old rats has passed away. And unfortunately that is my girl Egg, which was my albino girl. She was nearly 2 years and 3 months, so she wasn't super young or anything. She was actually quite old for a rat, and I've had her since she was 6 weeks old, so I know that she lived a good long life. But still, it's difficult to find them passed away, and you know, this is Omelet, this is her sister. But yeah, I found her just passed away in the rat's dig box. She was under this little cardboard hut I have for them that she liked to sleep in, and she was just passed out, or well, you know, she had passed away, but she looked like she had been asleep when it happened, which I hope she was, because I think that's the ideal way to go. As for what happened, I'm not totally sure. I mentioned before that Egg was being treated for a benign mammary tumor using cabergoline, which is a drug that can reduce the size of certain benign tumors and also stop the growth of some. And it was working really well for Egg. She was on it for several months, and I didn't see any sign that her mammary tumor was getting larger, so I don't think that caused her passing. I think this was completely unrelated. I do suspect that she may have had an internal tumor because her lower body seemed to be a little bit larger than her upper body. It's kind of a strange thing to describe, but basically, if you have a rat that's like slightly chunky, like Blueberry here, you'll see that the chunkiness is kind of uniform. But with Egg, she was chunkier here, whereas she was kind of skinnier in the ribcage area, which, at least in my experience, is usually because they have an internal tumor that's like pressing against the colon or gut area. So I'm not completely sure, but that is what I suspect, because she did remind me some of Espresso, who had that issue, and I did have Espresso put to sleep for it. But in Egg's case, she didn't show any symptoms like Espresso, other than the change in like body condition, but she was still very active. She ran around and she didn't show any signs of pain or anything like that. And so whatever happened, I think that she was pretty happy until the end, and I really hope that she was. Egg was such a special rat, and it's just so hard to see her sister Omelet in particular right here without Egg around, because those two girls came to me at the same time, and it's just, you know, it doesn't feel right seeing one without the other because they were so close. Thankfully, Omelet still has some buddies that she really likes. She is especially fond of the dwarf girls here, but still, you know, it's not going to be the same without Egg. So yeah, there's nothing much to say here other than unfortunately Egg has passed. And unfortunately, I'm probably going to be making similar updates over the next few months for the remaining senior rats I have. That's not something that I would ever wish to do, but you know, rats only live 2 to 2.5 years, and because I have several senior rats right now, the chances of them passing this year are fairly high, because you don't usually see rats make it to 3 years. So, you know, just realistically, I know what's coming, but you know, I just try to take it one step at a time, and I try to give them the best life possible, and as long as they're happy, then that's enough for me. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this update. I'm sorry to give you such a sad update, especially after Potato passed. For those of you who don't know, Potato was another rat I had who was around Egg's age, 2 years and 3 months when she passed away. And she actually came from the same sort of feeder bin that Egg did. She had a little bit of a different story, and I only had her for 2 months because I got her as a senior, as opposed to Egg, who I got as a baby. But regardless, you know, both girls were very old when they passed, and they both seemed to pass of different kind of age-related issues, which unfortunately is just something you tend to see as your rats start to get to 2 years or older. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. For now, I'm just going to keep a close eye on everyone else, especially Omelet, because Omelet was very close to Egg. But I think she'll be okay because she has all her buddies, and she especially has her favorite sleeping buddies, Butter and Toast. So I think she'll be okay. So yeah, I will see you guys later, hopefully with a happier update. My poor sweet beans are all getting old.